Hi, I'm Sam Clark from Experience Travel Group. We're here at Chandos House in central London for our Travel Talk event. We've had 120 people here tonight of our lovely customers and clients and friends. Earlier tonight we heard Seb Coulthard talk, who 2 years ago was part of the team that recreated the epic Shackleton rescue operation from 1917 in the same sort of boat that Shackleton did it himself. Can't say I'd like to have done that myself, but it was very, very interesting to hear about.
So after months and months on end, surviving on the ice, living off penguins and seals, eventually Shackleton and his captain, they knew that they were going to eventually drift out to sea, so they rigged up the boats ready for that day, and eventually it came, and they were literally sailing amongst icebergs the size of St. Paul's Cathedral. And it is from here that Shackleton launches what's considered to be one of the greatest rescue missions in history. 6 men jump aboard probably the most inadequate boat ever assembled, and then sail across 800 miles of the Southern Ocean to obtain rescue for the 22 men left behind.
So from the stormy waters of the South Seas to the tropical waters of the Indian Ocean, we were over to Sri Lanka for John Gimlette, who we've invited, who's a fantastic travel writer, who I was lucky enough to work with on a very small part of a recent book he wrote about Sri Lanka called The Elephant Complex. He spent 3 months in Sri Lanka and wrote a book which really looked under the surface of what is a beautiful paradise isle. And I really thought I knew Sri Lanka very, very well, but he really brought it to life.
As one United Nations diplomat put it at the end of his tour there, the longer you know Sri Lanka, the less you understand. Now, although Sri Lanka is only the size of Ireland, it rises to a height of 2,500 metres. So imagine that, it's up there with the French Alps. And when weather systems come across the Indian Ocean and hit this, they are creating a land that is both Africa dry and fabulously lush. I'd expected the reaction of me as an outsider creating this portrait, the reaction to this in Sri Lanka to be more dismissive. But the reviews from Colombo were surprisingly forgiving. And perhaps that's because Sri Lankans understand quite how complex life is in this magnificent land. As they say in Colombo, tikak pisu. It's all a bit crazy. Thank you very much.
So that was a fantastic evening. Really enjoyed ourselves. The Travel Talk, and what we do essentially is talk about travel. So we'd love to have you come into the office or give us a ring, and we'll talk to you about what we offer and the destinations we offer, and just see if they're right for you. We love to talk about travel, so give us a ring.